Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or another person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. Not every story begins with love. Some stories begin with betrayal, with pain, with a heart that has already been broken beyond repair. A shattered boy who had nothing left in the world except his little son. No love, no family, no money, no home, no dreams, and no home. His life had already fallen apart. A ruthless mafia king, feared by the entire world, but for that broken boy and his child, he became a savior. He returned him with the parents he had lost and gave him back the dream he thought was gone forever. Yet, in saving someone else's life, he gambled away his own love. He buried the desire for a family deep within his own heart. And now the question remains, will he ever find his love again? Will fate finally give him the family he has always longed for? Is happiness truly written in his destiny? June was on the video call with Jin and showing him Yoongi, who was sleeping peacefully in the guest room, hugging Cookie's bunny Pulsey and covering himself with Jimin's yellow blanket. June, look, I told you he's sleeping peacefully, but you didn't believe me. Now look at yourself. Jin, how can I trust you that you had your dinner with Yoongi at his home and now he's sleeping with Cookie's Pulsey and Jimin's yellow blanket when I know he would never allow you to enter in his house? June, shh, you will wake him up. Are you allowed to shout at the hospital at this hour? Jin, ah, do you mean I am loud? June, I meant your loudspeaker like voice sounds so melodious at this hour. My ears are blessed to hear them, but those melodious voice only belongs to me. I don't want you to show it to anyone else. So please, can you be quiet? Jin, oh, you are so cute. You are jealous to even share my voice. June, jealous? I'm more than that. Jin, okay, fine, I will be quiet and only whisper. June, sighed in relief. Thank God. By the way, you said there was an important surgery and you would assist it. Has the surgery done so quickly? Jin, nah, there is some time in surgery. Actually, the medicines and blood are on the way. We have to wait for 40 to 50 minutes. Surgery told us to rest for a while, but he didn't know if I closed my eyes, I would fall asleep quickly. That's why I even brought a poison. Let's see if it works for me or not. June, you don't need to drink black coffee. Your personal sleep blocker is here at your service. Let's talk. Jin, but you have an important meeting tomorrow. June, nothing is more important than you for me. Let's go outside and talk. June brought the chair to the balcony and sat. A slow wind was blowing, half moon was peeking through the clouds. June was on the video call, holding the cup of coffee. June. Now finally we are alone, just you, me, and this night. Doesn't it feel like deja vu of our late night chats and calls when we were unmarried? Jin. We used to talk a lot. By the way, how did this miracle happen? June. We were made for each other. There was no miracle. Jin. I'm not talking about us. June. Then? Jin. I'm talking about Yungi. How did he allow you in his house? And what are you doing there at this hour? You should be at our home. June. Oh, Dad, don't worry. I'm still single piece. He didn't break my legs. Turn the camera towards his legs. Look. Jin. Now that's a miracle. But I still didn't understand how this happened. June. Jungi is hiding his pain. He may not show, but he also needed a person to share his thoughts. So I heard him, and you know what? He. Jin. Loves Jimin. I know that. June. You also know that. Jin. Only a fool wouldn't see it. His love is shown by his care. I told him to confess Jimin, but that idiot said he didn't want to come in between Jimin's dream. June. He said the same to me. He isn't wrong though. Jin. Yeah, he isn't wrong because he's the wrongest. All the time he only talks about his own, and when actually times comes to stand by himself, he backed away. June. Ginny, love means sacrifice. You have to think about your lover first, then yourself. You never want to come in between their dreams. I can understand Yoongi's situation because I was also went through his phase. Jin. You are also dumb. Love doesn't mean sacrifice. What's the meaning of love when you can't take a stand for yourself? Love means facing all the situations together, not to sacrifice your happiness for your lover. But how did you understand this? You both were the same sacrificing type. June. I didn't sacrifice my love, Ginny. I fought for it, and today we are together. Jin. If I hadn't forced you, you would have sacrificed me. June. I would never. I can sacrifice my life, but not you. Yeah, that's different. You would never believe me. Well, there is no reason to fight over old stuff. We are together today. That's matters the most to us. Jin. Fine. So, what do you think about Yoongi and Jimin? I won't let him to lose his love after ages. Happiness knocked the door of his house. I have seen him yearning for love. He sent Jimin and Cookie all the belongings, but kept Cookie's favorite Pulsey and Jimin's yellow blanket. He has his own room, but still he sleeps in the guest room where Jimin used to sleep. All this screams his love. It's a proof that how lonely he is. June. But he never accepts. He would stay in this loneliness but never confess his feelings to Jimin. Jin. I have decided. Evil smiled. June. What have you decided? Now what's cooking in your mind? I'm scared of you this evil smile. Whatever you smile like this, you created a huge blunder. Tell me about your evil plan. Jin. Yoongi can't confess to Jimin because of his future, but I can. I will tell Jimin everything and bring him and Cookie back to Yoongi. June. And then either Yoongi will say something harsh to Jimin or Jimin will forget his dreams once again. Jin, nothing will happen like this. Jimin may young, but he is way more mature than Yoongi. He won't make Yoongi's words into his heart. June, and what about his doctor's dream? Jin, you are worried without any reason. Their love won't become the barrier. Jimin will easily chase his dreams. Did you forget I became the doctor after our marriage? June, I didn't forget anything, but maybe you forget that there is huge difference between you and Jimin. We still didn't plan a baby, but he already has Cookie. Jin, so you mean we should sit idle and let Yoongi suffer like this? June, when did I say this? Jinny, sometimes you have to give time to destiny. They both are written in each other's destiny. That's why they met. We don't need to be hyper. Let Yun Min stay alone for some times. This distance will realize them their love and importance in each other's lives. It's their story. Let them fight for each other. I also want to see how Yoongi handles this. If he fails, we are here to manage. If they won't confess, we will talk with Jimin's parents and arrange their marriage. You don't need to bother your troublemaking mind. Jin, you dare to call me troublemaker? June, raising his an eyebrow. Aren't you? Jin, you. Nurse, knock the door. Dr. Jin, all the preparation has been done. June, go and perform your duty. I will wait to hear your raps. Kissing the screen. Love you. Jin, I want the real one. June, when you will return home, you will get more than the kisses. Now go. Before they sue me to engage their doctor. Jin laughed a smile. Love you more than the universe. Cut the call. Time skipped after a few days. A few days passed. Jimin was fully focused on his exams, which was in few days. His parents were raising Cookie. They took him to their coffee shop so that Jimin could focus on his goals. Yoongi sometimes visited Jimin's parental house and had dinner together. His parents were very comfortable with him ever since Jimin and Cookie returned to them. Their small coffee shop was running well. It usually not full, but today staff was less and Jimin's parents got the big order. Jimin came there to help them, but Cookie didn't like it. He kept telling Jimin to do study in his cute broken language. Cookie running behind Jimin holding his notebooks. Mama, study. Study. Jimin. Cookie, go and sit on your seat. Mama is very busy. Don't disturb Mama. Cookie. Mama, study. Study. Mama, doctor. Jimin, angrily looking at him. Can't you understand at once? Go back to your seat. If you dare to disturb me again, I will slap you. Go. Jimin left from there to serve the customers. Cookie came back to his desk. He placed Jimin's notebook in Jimin's bag and took out his mobile. There was no lock on Jimin's mobile. Cookie found Yoongi's number from saved contact and called him. Yoongi's pic appeared on the screen, which confirmed it was Yoongi's number. Yoongi taught him how to contact him. Here, Yoongi was busy in a very important meeting with other mafias. The meeting was intense. Suddenly, Yoongi's mobile vibrated. Usually, he switched off his mobile during the meetings and got mad if anyone's mobile rang, but ever Jimin and Cookie came into his life, he never switched off his mobile. He checked the caller ID and a warm, sweet smile crept on his lips. His cold poker face changed into cheerfulness. He stopped the meeting and received the call. Yungi, stop, men, but King. Yungi showed his index finger and shut his mouth. Shh. Hello, Cookie.
Uncle, Mama noted me. Mama busy work. Mama told Cookie. Mama no doctor.
Yungi heard the noise. I'm coming, wait for me. Cookie
Oti.
cut the call. Yungi stood up. This meeting is cancelled. You will be informed for the next date. About to go. Mentu, King, this isn't an ordinary meeting. We all are very busy. Yungi, I have more important work than this meeting. Men 3, if you leave this meeting in middle, you may bear the big loss. Yungi, looking at him and smirked. If I won't go, then I will be in the biggest loss. Do whatever you want to do, but this meeting is already cancelled. Left without looking at them. Within 10 minutes, Yungi reached Jimin's parents' cafe. Cookie was waiting for him standing near the window. As soon as he saw Yungi's car, he ran to the desk and brought Jimin's notebook. Yungi saw Jimin, who was serving the customer, with a smile. He stood behind him and said, Yungi, cold, sharp voice. What are you doing here? Jimin flinched hard and turned around. You are here? What are you doing here? Who called you here? Yungi, that's not the point. What are you doing? You have exam in just 2 days and you are doing all this here? Leaving your studies? Jimin, I was studying, but mom and dad needed me. Staff is less and customers are more, so I just came here to help them. Yungi took the tray from his hand. No need to do the things. Focus on your studies only. I don't want to hear any excuses. Cookie ran to them holding Jimin's notebook. Jimin, I promise I will study after this. I already prepared everything. Cookie showed Jimin his notebook.
Mama tadi. Only.
Yungi, look, this little kid understand, but being the dumb, you don't. Yungi took the notebook from Cookie's hand and gave to Jimin. After hitting it on Jimin's head, Cookie dragged Jimin to his desk and forcefully made him sit there. Yungi removed his long coat, folded his sleeves to forearms, wore the apron. He got ready as a waiter to serve. Beside him, his little assistant was there, who was wearing matching apron and looking exactly a carbon copy of Yungi. A mafia king whom everyone feared was serving and bowing to normal customers with a warm smile, just like a normal waiter. His watch could alone buy this type of 10 cafe, but still he didn't have an attitude. Jimin's parents were watching Yungi and Cookie working hard. Jimin studying at the corner and said, Mr. Park, Yungi is serving. Mrs. Park, seeing him, no one can say that he's a mafia. He's very humble. He didn't have an attitude. He never fails to help us. Mr. Park, we lost one son, but in return we got two. Mrs. Park, looking at Cookie, who time to time checked Jimin, and a tiny supervisor who was no less stricter than a teacher. Time skipped at night. Namjin came to Jimin's parents' cafe after finding a lock at their house. They witnessed the most beautiful sight. Yungi was having meal with Jimin's family. Cookie was sitting on his lap. Yoongi was feeding him. Mrs. Park was feeding Yoongi and forcing him to eat well. Yoongi was denying. They all were laughing and eating together like a happy family. Yoongi, Oma, I already ate enough. Mrs. Park, shut up. You eat like a bird. You should eat more. Look how skinny you are. I will make you healthy. Yoongi, skinny? I'm fit, Oma. Mrs. Park, no, you aren't. You are malnourished. Yoongi, malnourished? Seriously? I'm a mafia king. Mr. Park, you should have your meal with us. We will make sure to fit you. Your body has only bones. Mrs. Park forcefully fed Yoongi. Yeah, you don't even have cheeks to pull. You need to get muscles. Now open your mouth. Yoongi, Oma, Appa, you both are making me boiled dumplings from a mafia king. Nobody will be scared of me. Mr. Park, boiled dumpling looks far better than the structure of bones. Don't argue and eat. Yoongi, I seriously have no space in my tummy. Cookie poked his tiny baby fingers into Yoongi's tummy.
Uncle, peace. Munni, eat, uncle.
Yoongi looking at Cookie. You? Mrs. Park, Cookie has confirmed that you have space in your tummy. Now eat. Tomorrow I will cook more. Jimin laughed, looking at Yoongi's face. Yoongi angrily looking at Jimin. Oma, look, he's laughing. Jimin, now can't an innocent kid laugh? Mrs. Park, don't pay attention to him. June whispered. Yoongi is looking so happy. Jin, why wouldn't he be? He has yearned for this love and finally he is getting it. I'm so happy to see him with his family. June, can we also join you all? Mr. Park, looking at Namjin. Of course you both. Come, have a seat. Mr. Park, sorry, food has finished, but don't worry, I will quickly prepare. Jin, no Uma, we already had our dinner. We came here just for desserts. Mr. Park, all the pastries are finished. Jimin, but I had a cheesecake for me. Will you eat? June, of course we are. Cheesecake is Jinny's favorite. Jimin, I will quickly bring it. Rang from there. Yoongi, there are thousands of cafe shops. You people find only this place. Jin pulled the chair and sat on his chair. Why? Are you jealous? Yoongi, of course I am. You both just go. June sat beside Jin. Don't worry, we didn't come here to snatch the food from your plate. Yoongi, then why did you come here? To annoy me? June, no, we came here to share a good news. I have heard that happiness increases if it is shared with family. Mrs. Park, you have heard it absolutely right. Jimin came there with a small cheesecake. Good news? Eyes started sparkling. What's that? Tell me fast. Jin fed cheesecake to Cookie. We thought Cookie must be feeling lonely. He needs a partner to play, so. Yoongi, so what? June, so someone is coming soon. Yoongi, looking at Jin. Don't tell me you both are. Jin slowly nodded his head. Mr. Park placed his hand on Yoongi's shoulder. You are going to be an uncle. Congratulations. Yoongi, uncle? Tears filled in his eyes. June fed him cheesecake. Uncle Yoongi, be ready to handle your little nephew or niece. Jin wiped his tears and hugged him. You have heard it right. It's not the dream. You are building a family. Soon one more member join in our family. Yoongi hugged him tightly. He was overwhelmed. Whole life he yearned for a family, and today when he was getting it, he couldn't able to hold his happiness. Jimin was happy to see Yoongi's happiness. Cookie clapped to know that he will get a baby soon. Everyone was so happy for Namjin. Time skipped after 6 years. 6 years had passed. In all those years, neither Yoongi nor Jimin had confessed their love, nor had they married. Yet they lived together in Jimin's parents' house. They slept in separate rooms, but their lives were quietly intertwined. Cookie called Yoongi Dada. Meanwhile, Namjin had become the proud parent of baby Titi. Titi and Cookie were always together, creating endless mischief. Today was Jimin's graduation day. After 6 long years, he had finally become a doctor. Outside the ceremony hall, everyone was waiting for him, but the moment Jimin came out, he didn't go to anyone else first. He walked straight to Yoongi, holding up his medal and certificate, his eyes shining. Jimin, look, I became a doctor. Your dream has come true now. Are you happy? Yoongi gently touched the medal hanging around Jimin's neck. Very happy, happier than you can ever imagine. Cupped Jimin's face and kissed his forehead. I'm so proud of you. You did it. You fulfilled your dreams. Jimin shook his head. It wouldn't have been possible without you. I only had a dream and I almost lost it forever. You brought it back to my life. You stood beside me and helped me to make it real. You did so much for me. You gave my child your name. You made my dream your own. Slowly removed the medal from his neck and placed it around Yoongi's neck instead. The real owner of this medal is you. If you hadn't been there, I don't even know where I would be today. Looked at the medal. It looks better on you. Wrapped his arms around Yoongi tightly and hugged him. They both were hugging each other, and for a moment it felt like the world had finally come full circle. They were completely lost in each other's arms, forgetting they were standing at the campus and their family was watching them. Jimin broke the hug and asked, Jimin, where's my graduation gift? Yoongi, tell me what you want. I will try to give you that. Jimin, a holiday with our whole family. It's been a 6 years since we haven't gone for a vacation. Now I also became a doctor. Now I'm allowed a tiny vacation, and mom and dad also need a break from Titi and Cookie's naughtiness. Yoongi, you don't need to bring Oma, Appa, Cookie, and Titi. You can simply say that you want a vacation. Jimin, so will you grant my wish? Yoongi, I will think about the vacation. Jimin, head on his chest. Yoongi, okay, we are going on a vacation. Now smile. T ran to them holding a card.
Minnie, your knee, Minnie.
Yoongi caught him. Yeah, you bullet train. T showed the card to Jimin.
Minnie's graduation gift.
Jimin took the card from T's hand. What's this? Opening the card. Our wedding card? Yungi, what? Took the card from Jimin's hand. Our wedding? June smiled. We have decided that if you two wouldn't confess your love, we will arrange it. So we arranged your wedding. Yungi, but you didn't ask us. Jin raised his eyebrow. Why? Don't you want to marry? You both are already living like husbands. Wedding will be just a formality. Mr. Park, and we have already planned everything. You both just have to come there. Cookie gave Yungi a chocolate.
Dada, propose Cookie.
Jimin, excuse me, your dada should propose your mama, not you. Cookie,
Mama doesn't need a proposal. Mama is already ready. Cookie needs a proposal. Dada.
Yungi took a chocolate from Cookie's hand and bent on his one knee. You're absolutely right, Cookie. Cookie is more important than Mama. Gently held Cookie's hand. Cookie, will you be my son and stay with me forever? Dada needs Cookie to tackle Mama. Cookie happily nodded his head and took the chocolate from his hand.
Yes, Cookie will stay with Dada. Cookie and Dada are a team.
Jimin, Mom, look, they both teamed up against me. T holding Jimin's hand.
Minnie shouldn't worry. Titi is on Minnie's side.
Sat on his knees.
Minnie be Titi's partner? Titi and Cookie will be the best team. Titi will share Titi's stoppages with Minnie.
Jimin smiled. Of course, Minnie will be in Titi's team. Our team is the best. We will easily defeat them. June slowly shook his head. Not a single person is normal in this family. Jin looking at June. Did you see something? June gulped hard. Me? Oh no. I was saying what a sweet family we have. Jin, that's true. Mr. Park smiled. Naam Jin are so cute. Our son finally get a sweet and happy family. Mrs. Park, we could never find a perfect partner than Yungi for our son. They both are perfect for each other. After a week, Yunmin had grand wedding and they all went for a honeymoon vacation where Yunmin had enjoyed their honeymoon, Namjin had enjoyed their second honeymoon, and T Cook had enjoyed their first family vacation with Mr. and Mrs. Park. And about Hyamu, so his chapter was closed once he sold Jimin and Cookie. Love is not something that must always be declared or proven with words. True love is where understanding each other matters more than constantly expressing it, because love is not something that needs to be told, it's something that is felt, and marriage is never just between two people, it's a scared bond that brings two families together as one. True love is not always loud or possessive. Sometimes it fades silently in the background. The people who truly love you will never stand in the way of your dreams. They will guard them. Patience and sacrifice often build the strongest relationships. When someone protects your future even before their own happiness, that love becomes priceless. In the end, the love that waited with patience becomes the love that lasts forever. The end. first note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. On your demand, the bonus part is here. If you haven't watched the movie yet, the link is in the pinned comment. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment. You will also get Yungi's birthday special story soon. Just give me some time. Yungi didn't get a family easily just because he united Jimin with his family. He earned Jimin's parents' love and trust and made them his parents too through his continuous effort and selfless love. His patience didn't go in vain. In the end, he got parents who loved him as their own son, a child who loved him like a real father, and a life partner who stands by him in every situation. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.